this is Tina from Shabbydabbydoodah. Welcome back to my channel. So I'm here to have a bit of a play. If you watched my recent Tidy Friday, I was going through my pile that was beside my desk. So I pulled out my collage masterboards. You know, I found kind of quite a few of them. Well, they weren't really missing, but they were kind of buried. So I've got now this one here that we made during our X-Piles series. And I also found the clusters that we made in the same series. And to be fair, I had actually forgotten about the clusters. So what I thought we could do is just use up a couple of these pieces and make just some nice bits of ephemera to put in our junk journals. So my first thing I'm going to do is just tear these down off of the kind of masterboard sheet, I suppose. You know, off of the background sheet, and I will tidy these up and just kind of getting them separated in the first instance. So I will obviously then tear them around and make them look a bit better in a minute. So there we go. And if you didn't watch that, then these are just basically, they were kind of made from scraps really, that were just laying about, you know, on my desk and in my pile. And the background page is the food coloured paper that I've been using quite a bit recently. So it was a combination of bits and bobs. So we'll just tear those down. Obviously bin the other little piece because I don't need that now. So I'm just going to kind of tidy them up so that they're, you know, good shapes now. I think probably kind of, you know, try not to kind of overthink it, but obviously trying to make it look reasonably nice shapes like that. Maybe tear that edge down a little bit. There we go. And oops, which route does that go? Okay. Sometimes it's hard to see which way up they go, isn't it, when you first grab things. Okay, love this little watering can. It's so cute, isn't it? Okie doke, and we've got this gorgeous bird, so just want to kind of soften those edges. Don't really like the straight edges there. They just look a bit harsh, don't they? And we'll just do the same down here. Like that. Oops, let me get rid of those scraps. Okay. And then this one here, I mean this one I've got way too much green overhanging down there, so I just tear that off. Okay, and then that one doesn't look too bad to be fair, but I might just tear it down a little bit here, just along that side. Okay, and then the final one, obviously I've got lots of the, you know, food colour paper sort of showing here, so I don't really want it being quite so monstrous as that. So I'll just tear some down and then just tear it in here like that. Okay, so hopefully it looks a little bit better. Oops. Okie dokie, right, let's get rid of these bits of scraps now. Okay, so let's see what we might do with these, because I mean, it might be that this is the wrong masterboard to use with these, because they might be too blendy on there. You know, because they're obviously using the same sort of papers and colourways, they might just be too, you know, too much of a blend and not really kind of stand out at all. In which case I'm probably better off obviously pulling in something completely different. But I mean, the watering can looks quite good because it's obviously got, you know, black and things, some darker imagery. Let's just see, the bird looks quite nice there. Let's have a look. That one's quite nice over there. This one's quite nice. I don't know whether I'm going to manage to get to, you know, to cut it into those kinds of shapes to be able to use that, but we'll see and have a play around. Now this one here, obviously It's a bit tricky because if I cut it down here, I'm not really going to get much colour in there. If I do it lengthways, I'm going to kind of just spill into where I was going to have that bird. So let's just kind of having a look to see what would be best. Wonder if we could make it kind of smallish. It's very tricky sometimes to actually work out how you're going to do these things. Well, I think I'm going to cut it across there. Yeah, probably. Just wondering if I go down. No, I'm going to cut it across here. So I just cut in like that. And then we've just got then that slither of green just coming in at the side, which is really good and just, you know, brings the green in nicely, doesn't it? So yeah, I like how that looks. And then I think all I'm going to do actually with this one, just straighten up that wonky edge. Ooh. Very poor cutting skills going on today, I must say. But, oh, I've got some very patchy doily there. I wonder if that would look... It looks okay, actually. I thought that might look really, really rubbish, but it was just floating on the desk and I thought, wow, let's try and use that. So, yep, and I've also got this green rickrack stuff, which I'm not sure, because it's not really, you know, right, is it? It's not really the right colour, but then it, oh, that's quite nice, like that. Okay, let's just have another bit of a look, see what else I've got here floating about. Obviously, I have lots of things on my desk at the moment. Well, I always have lots of things on my desk. So, yes, that's just me talking rubbish. But I've got even more things on my desk from where I've done that big clear up under my desk. Obviously, a lot of things went then onto my desk. I mean, a lot of things I did get rid of, to be fair. But I have now got, you know, quite a bit of stuff now piled up on my desk that weren't there before. So I'm just wondering whether we could have something like that. That's really nice, isn't it? So let's just glue that doily down. I'm going to glue that with my Fabri-Tac, just in case it's kind of going to mark the doily. Let me just pop that one down there. And then I'm just going to stick this on here. Okie doke. Like that. And then the rickrack and the lace, I think, kind of have like that. So again, I'm just going to blob some glue just along there, because I'm going to go around this on the sewing machine in a minute. So hopefully, which is the right way up? Nope, not that way. Not that way, that's for sure. Okay, just do some glue down there, and then, you know, it will be secured when it's stitched anyway. So I'll just pop that there. Along like that. Okay, so that one ready to go to the sewing machine in a minute. Okay, let's pull the masterboard sheet back in. So we really loved the watering can up here, didn't we? So and what was the deal here? We liked the bird just down there. Actually thinking, could we have that as a corner? We could probably have that as a torn corner, couldn't we? Let's see. So just go across there. Okay. Oops, I've probably torn this bit way too long, so I'll just get rid of a bit of that. Like that. And then that bird just goes on there, and that's just really sweet on there, isn't it? Again, you know, I mean, it barely needs anything else, to be honest, because, you know, the just simple touches there just literally, you know, come together beautifully, don't they? So, whoa. Now, did I have that lace under or over? That's it over. That's it under. Oh, over, I think, yeah. You know, the lace over, not the piece. So again, just glue that down like that. Okay, just dab that off with my wipe. Okay, I did put glue there, I think, a bit, so I'm now covered in glue. Yep, it was only a matter of time, wasn't it, before I got covered in glue. Must be all of about 6 minutes into the video probably, and already I'm there covered in glue. Okay, right. So again, I'll probably take that to the sewing machine. So I'm just going to pop that on the floor behind me. So we'll just bring this back in now. So let's have a look. I do really love this here, and it's just a case of deciding, you know, which way round to put this. I mean, I'm guessing kind of like this way is best. It's a tricky one, to be honest, this one. Very, very tricky. As I have it there. Okay, right. I'm going to have to just cut that down, I think. So I'm just going to cut it across here. Like that. Oh, now thinking, yay! That was just fluke, to be honest. I kind of cut it and didn't expect to suddenly then decide to have it this way up, but actually it's really good this way up, isn't it? Now, do we like the watering can at the top or at the bottom? Probably the bottom, I think. Yeah, probably the bottom. So again, let's just pop that on. Okie dokie. So this is just super simple ephemera ideas for your junk journals, really. If you've got clusters and you've got some masterboards, some collage masterboards and things, I mean, you know, it just makes making ephemera just so simple. You know, it really doesn't get much easier than this, does it? Everything that you need is all there, and you just need to kind of bring it together slightly. I've also got a, you know, some of that sewing pattern paper, which I just wondered whether I could have that kind of midway on there. Is that a bit strange? Looks a bit like one of those grass skirts, which maybe that's a bit strange. I'm not sure. So let me just bring in my lace again. Oops. Okay. Oops, that's got a little pearl now. Just stuck on it. Might just have it kind of going across there at the corner. So just trim that down. Maybe like that. That's quite nice, isn't it? I like it sort of, you know, the way it's just off at the corner there. And again, I probably sew around this, so, you know, don't need to kind of glue it down too much, because it will be then held in place with the stitching. So that's that one. And then the final one, which I'm still not quite convinced about this one, to be honest. So let's just have a look. Maybe the clock is better. Not sure about this, to be honest. So I'm thinking maybe come over here instead. I wonder if I could do another corner. Yeah, let's try that. So I'm going to cut it down here. Like that. Whoops. I'm just going to, again, just tear it in, but I want to get rid of that white edge now. That's very, very white. It just kind of stands out like a sore thumb, doesn't it? Okay, so actually I'm thinking this way up would be better, probably. Oh, we could have it that way. Oh, I'm still not convinced about that cluster, funnily enough. Let's just try this one. Oh, that's nicer, I think, actually. It's strange because now the masterboard is cut down, you know, I've chosen a different cluster to the one that I had originally picked. So, you know, sometimes things can just take on a bit of a different sort of image or a different form once you start cutting them down to how they originally start. So it's always kind of worth bearing that in mind as well. You know, don't necessarily kind of just think, oh, well, that's the one I've picked, because sometimes something else might look a bit better once they've been torn down to size. Okay, so just pop that one on there, and then going to again put some lace on there, and then we'll just stitch this around on the sewing machine. So again, I'm just going to take that little scraggly bit now, just that tiny bit that's left. We'll just have that kind of up there. No, I did prefer it. Did I prefer it that way? No, now I've decided I prefer it the other way. Oh dear. Didn't really make much difference, I know, but you know, a difference is a difference, isn't it? Even if it's not much of one. Right, let's just glue that down. Okay. Okay, looking good. So I'm going to go to the sewing machine and just stitch around those little bits and pieces. Okay, so I'm back from the sewing machine and these are my little finished pieces. So I'm just going to trim them off. Trim the threads off. Okie dokie. Oops. I mean, they're super fun, aren't they? They're quite summery, so I'm perhaps doing this at the wrong time of year, but obviously I only just found them, so yeah. But I do like how they look. I think they look very, very pretty. So that's those. Now, the remaining clusters I will just obviously keep in my little cluster box, which I've now actually put beside me. So, well, it's under the table. I've got several different clusters going on. So, yeah, that particular one is under the table. But I think they look really nice. I'm not sure really whether to ink them or not. I think they look quite nice as they are. But I also just brought along some of my little bows because I thought that would look really pretty. So, I mean, like, just that there just kind of finishes that off nicely, doesn't it? So I just hot glue that on. I just use white thread, so I mean, actually it's, you know, not really particularly very visible. But yeah, I mean, you can kind of see it just slightly down the side there. So I think that bow looks really pretty on there. I don't want to necessarily do bows on all of them, but maybe just one or two. So bow there. That's quite a pretty one with a bow, actually. Yeah, perhaps I'll just do those. Now, I don't know what's happened to this bow, but it's a little bit, it's a bit weird shape-wise, isn't it? So I'm just going to make that a bit smaller. I'll just cut those bits off like that. Okay, so hopefully that looks a bit better now. It was looking just really monstrous, wasn't it? And yeah, a bit strange shape, but that's better. Okay, so let's just pop that down there. Like I say, they're a little bit summery, on the summery side, but they do look pretty, don't they? So, you know, and if I don't want to use them at the moment, you know, then I can always save them and use them in the summer. So, I mean, they're just super pretty, aren't they? And then these two, I'm not quite sure what to put on these. So let me just have a look and see what I've got in the way of buttons and flowers. So I'm just going to move my bows out the way. Ooh, I have got got a little number there. I'm kind of regretting this rickrack, weirdly. Yeah, I really liked it at first, and now I just think, oh, it's not really right there, but it's too late because I actually stitched it on. I didn't just stick it on with the glue, I stitched right over it, so it was really stuck down. So I'm now regretting that somewhat, but never mind. I quite like this number there, but I'm not sure. Let's have a look and see what else I've got. I did originally say flowers, didn't I? So flowers or buttons. Right, I've got this gorgeous kind of lime green. I do like, with these mulberry flowers, I do like pulling them apart. Most of these mulberry flowers I bought way back when, in my scrapbooking days, and I now kind of pull them apart when using them, really. I'm just more likely to use them in my journals when they're just separated rather than, you know, the big sticky up flowers. So I'll just do that. Okay. I don't really know whether that's quite right. I'm not sure that that's quite the right colour, which is a shame because, I mean, that lime greeny colour, you know, I may struggle to use really on many projects, so I thought this would have been ideal if it had just gone on there. I could bring the colour of the rickrack in with this flower. Maybe that would be a good thing to do. Oh, I wonder if I could layer that up with that lime green one, which now I've put buried in that box, probably never to be seen again. Let's just peel off another layer, shall we? Probably quicker and easier to do that than try and rummage through that little container. Okay, come on. I mean, that definitely kind of brings that, you know, the green in, doesn't it? Which is quite nice. Oops, I could have that the other way out. I wonder what colour button would be quite good in there. Let's just see. Again, my buttons are nice and full now because obviously I found a lot of buttons on the floor. Whether I've got the right colour is another thing altogether. Well, that green is quite nice, but it is a little bit on the big side. I don't suppose I've got any smaller, to be honest. Just having a quick rummage. No, don't think I have got any. And do you know, I've just heard something drop down behind my desk already, which I'm going to have to remember to pick that up after the video, because otherwise my desk will very quickly be back as it was. Well, that's quite nice, isn't it? I think I'm going to go for that because that green definitely does pull everything together. Weirdly, this big button, although is much bigger, it somehow looks better on there. I don't know why. That's just really bizarre. So I'm going to bring put the number tab down. Oops. Just there in that corner. Like that. And then we'll just pop that flower down. So again, just to use my fabric tack for that. Oops. There we go. Whoa. Okay, so one, and then next one. Okay, oops. And then for my button, just going to hot glue that down, I think. Okay, so that looks cute, doesn't it? So that's that one. Ooh, I just moved the whole flower about then. Oops. Okay, that's that one. And then the final one, again, I'm thinking either flowers or buttons or maybe both. So let's just have a look again what flowers have I got that would maybe look quite good on here. Got this lovely green one. That's quite nice. Just have a check whether there's anything else that would look better. I mean, it's just trial and error, isn't it, really? Sometimes just, you know, try a few different things and see, you know, which thing goes best. Again, I'm determined to use this lime green one. See whether I've got anything better. No. Right, let's pull in those buttons again. Got some little gold ones, I think. Oops. Got some trim in there. Let's see, what have I got? If we have the 2 flowers. Oops. Now dropping flowers everywhere. Let me put these flowers back because they're making it difficult to do anything. So, right, they're back. They're back in the container now. Maybe. Oh, this is so tricky. Can't get quite as I'm hoping for. That's quite nice, isn't it? What about a button up there or something? Or would we prefer kind of a couple of buttons up there and maybe just one flower down there? Oh, it's a tricky one, isn't it? Very, very tricky. So I'm going to just, let's commit to these buttons at least. Okay. Right, the buttons are on, so there's no going back from that now. Sorry, just trying to get rid of those glue threads. So I'm now just debating really about these. I can't decide. Wonder if a butterfly or something would be better. Let's just pull in my butterflies. Oops, my butterflies have now got these gems, which I was saving for my daughter, you know, from when I cleared under my desk. I just pulled those out because I thought, oh gosh, I can't really give those to the school. She'd be horrified, to be honest, if I did that. So I did save those for her. Right. Aha. That looks better, doesn't it? Straight away, that looks better. Okay. I think I quite like it that way, actually. Oh, let's just hot glue that down. Just nice and quick. Yay, there we go. Okay, so that one's done now. So really, really cute, isn't it? Looks really pretty. So the only one that I have left now, obviously, to do is this funny shaped little one that we cut off. And just, you know, was struggling really with what to do with this. And then I suddenly thought, I've got my stitched labels. So I'm just going to have a look through and see if I've got one that would be a good colour. I mean, that's not too bad. These are blue and flowery. I could do with making some more of these, so I have lots and lots of different colours. Oh, I've got a green one here. Oh, that one's perfect. Yeah, I could do with making some more of these in different colours, so that I have plenty in different colourways. And I've put those to the side of my desk so that they're nice and accessible. Yeah, do we want it to the side? Yeah, I think it's quite nice to the side. Again, obviously I didn't stitch around this one, so this one's kind of a bit trickier really. Well, not trickier, it's square, which is kind of throwing me slightly. So I'm wondering whether I should make some sort of flip up or something over this, because otherwise to me it feels a bit strange being square. So I'm just having a look. I've got a tiny bit of lace left, which we could have, I don't know, maybe here or something. I also have got this cluster, which, funnily enough, when I was walking to the sewing machine, I spotted this and thought, oh, and actually that goes really nicely there, doesn't it? Could have it there and cover up that red flower. I mean, do we like the red flower? Is it kind of breaking it up, or cover it up? The thing is, personally, I really like the red flower, and when I take it away, I think, oh yeah, we'll have the red flower on show. But I know what I'm like. When I come to use this, I would then think that that doesn't really match the journal. If I was doing kind of a greeny coloured journal, I would then struggle to use that because I would think, oh no, it's got red on it now. So from that point of view, I'm thinking I should cover it up. Right, well, let's worry about that in a minute. So the first thing I'm going to do is just stitch the label down. Stitch, stick. Stick the stitched label down. I'm not going to stitch it down at all. I'm going to stick it down. Okay. Like that. Okay, and then I'm wondering if we could just have like a foldy flip going up, maybe from the bottom. So again, let me just see what I've got on my desk, because it's, you know, great to be able to use things that are actually sat here rather than pull out another piece of paper, you know, which of course I will do if I don't have anything here accessible. I have this postcard. It's probably a little bit on the small side. Yeah, don't think I can get away with that, unfortunately, because I thought, oh, that would be quite good if I could just use that. Oh, what else do I have? Have a look. Just rummaging through my pile, seeing whether I've got any other suitable paper. As I say, in the, you know, if the worst comes to worst, I will just pull another piece of paper out completely, but it would be great to be able to actually just use something that I've actually got here on the pile, rather than pull something else in. Right, I've got these two bits. Yeah. Oh, and I have also got some green. Okay, right, let's make a start with these couple of bits then. So I've got this, which is some old file folder. Oh, I've already folded that into a 3 thing. So probably not that. So I'm thinking we will use this green. I'm going to do it upwards, but actually might look better sideways on. Right, let's just trim that down here. Just trim it down there. So I hope everyone's having a good day. Maybe doing some crafting. What's the weather like where you are? It's a weird day today. It's kind of quite grey. Yeah, not raining or anything, but it's quite grey. But it seems like it's not really quite made up its mind yet what the weather's going to be doing. Right, now obviously this would be a problem if I'm going to stick this cluster on, because that may then, you know, push this paper out and the paper could get creased. But if I pop that onto the paper, it's obviously not quite so usable. It's a tough one. This is a tough one. Or do we think just go for it like that? Maybe we should just go for it like that. I was trying to kind of expand on this to make it a better shape, because it's just this square. But, you know, maybe I should just embrace it and think, well, it is what it is. And just go for it. Now, obviously, my lace is a little bit strange shape now because, you know, where I've obviously been using it already. But again, I might just go for that because, you know, it's really great when we can just use the bits we've got, isn't it? So let's just pop the lace down. Okie dokie. Like that. And then I still haven't decided, would you believe, on this one, whether to have the red flower covered or over. Let me stand up and look down on it, and maybe that will help. I know. I'm going to bring the other bits back in and see how it looks with those, because I would probably use all of these in the same journal, so that might just help me, you know, get a feel for whether it would look really out of place. Well, I mean, I've got some colour here on this bird, haven't I? Oh, I'm going to have the flower showing. Yeah, that was quite helpful to do that. You know, strange as that seemed, because that really did help me kind of see how it would look in the journal and whether I would feel it wasn't really matching. And actually it looked a lot better, you know, than I expected. So yeah, that was a good little test to do, I thought. Okay, so that's those 3 pieces. So that's a little little project using one of those pieces that I did come across, obviously, that was under my desk. I mean, obviously I have way more things still to do, but that's a whole collage masterboard piece gone, and it's also that whole page of clusters. Well, not all of them gone, but quite a few of them gone and used up now in this way. And, you know, just gorgeous little pieces there ready to pop into a journal. So that's pretty much it. So I hope that you had fun. Maybe this has kind of inspired you to pick up some of your kind of unfinished projects and things like that. And thank you so much for watching. Hopefully you'll join me again soon. Thanks then. Bye.